Okay, welcome everybody. Howdy, howdy. Vorm here. I'm gonna play Stalker Gamma. Stalker Gamma. What you are obviously asking me is Stalker Gamma. Stalker Gamma is Stalker Anomaly. That's the base game that we're going to be playing here, and it has the Gamma mod pack on top of it. So the Gamma mod pack is a collection, carefully collated, put together of mods. There's about 330, 350, something like that, 100 mods available and welded together on top of Stalker Anomaly. So for some brief background, Stalker Anomaly is a game that came about from the community, a community of avid followers of some older games from about 15 years ago, the Stalker series. There were 3 games released about a year apart from each other back in 2007, 8, and 9, I think it was, time frame. And what happened is those games came out, people loved them, certain people loved them a lot, but the game's publisher apparently closed, and they released the assets for the game, the art and so on, assets for the game to the public. And so, a community of hardcore Stalker fans got together and put together a new version of the game using those assets called Stalker Anomaly. And it's more of an open world game, open world first person shooter horror survival game where you can go wherever you want and try to shoot whatever you want. It does have some storyline elements, that quest chains that you can follow for a few of the factions that are in the game. But for the most part, it's an open world experience where you just try to stay alive in this world and try to advance your character. The Stalker Anomaly itself is completely free to play. Completely open source, completely community built and modified. So anybody that wants to can go ahead and download Stalker Anomaly and play it. I'm playing Stalker Anomaly Gamma, which is kind of its own special thing with the size of the mod pack that's welded on top of things. In the description, I've got a link to the Discord for Stalker Gamma, where you can go to just join the Discord, and there's an installation section, instructions on how to install it. It is a bit of an adventure to get installed. Be very careful to follow those instructions exactly. And there are a few YouTube videos from other folks here on the YouTube that will walk you through the installation process as well. About 60 to 80, somewhere in there. I've heard varying numbers, gigs of space for the entire thing. And you too could be playing Stalker Gamma. No previous games are necessary. You don't need to own the originals, nothing like that. It's all 100% free. So it's very similar in that aspect to, some certain other game that I play a lot of, Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead, that one. And I see a lot of similarities between Cataclysm and Stalker Gamma, which you shall see soon also. Totally different environment, totally different gameplay style, but some of the core ways that the games operate and they're developed are pretty similar. That's the backstory. That's the storyline that we're going to be doing. It's set in a fictional world where a second Chernobyl disaster created what's called the Zone. It's an area of the map around Chernobyl that has got some weird stuff going on. Lots of weird atmospheric anomalies and storms. A lot of mutated creatures running all over the place. So fortune hunters of all stripes were gathering in this area to try to penetrate into the zone and gather up what are called artifacts that are just spawning out of the thin air all over the place. So the goal is to enter the map, survive, level your character up by getting better equipment. That's the primary way that you advance your character, and keep moving north. You'll see what I mean in a moment when we get in game. There's 9. There's a bunch of different factions in the game. You can play any one of them you want, which has various effects, which you shall see. So let's jump into a new game. I have been playing the game on my Twitch channel for about the last week and a half. I've been playing it heavily. I'm really, really enjoying it and heavily invested. And it's time to bring the joy to you folks here on the YouTube side that may not follow my Twitch shenanigans. So this is the starting screen for creating a new run. A couple things we're going to do here. First, we're going to pick a faction. We are going to be this faction. We're going to be these guys right here. This is the Loner faction, or Free Stalkers. Kind of just a rough amalgam of like-minded folks that don't have a real strict screed or dogma. But they are loosely confederated into a group called the Free Stalkers or Loners. And I said there's a bunch of others. We're not going to go into the details, but just understand that whichever one you pick, generally speaking, you're going to have peaceful relations with some of the other factions, and you're going to be kill on sight and at war with certain other factions. And the combinations are varying and different. So that's one of the major considerations. And you can play any one of them, which gives some interesting variations. We'll pick a picture. I don't think it makes any difference whatsoever, and I don't think you ever see it again, so I'm not sure why we even have it, but whatever. They got some art. Pick a portrait. We're going to name ourselves, of course, Vormithrax, and we're going to pick starting location of Rookie Village in the zone called Cordon. So that's it for here. We have some options down here to set up our world settings. We're going to play with story mode. That basically just gives us some faction quest chains that we can choose to pursue if we would like. We're going to turn on or leave on accessible zone. It's on by default, and I've left it that way. That means that the links, the pathways from one zone to another are all known right at the start. If you turn this off, then you have to find or discover the zone connections via quests for NPCs or purchasing them from NPCs and so on. You might know where it's at, but it won't work until you unlock it via some in-game function. But we're going to go ahead and leave it the way the mod and the install sets it with accessible. We're not going to play Iron Man. I am playing Iron Man now on my Twitch side, and I'll probably either import some of my Twitch stuff once we do this introduction video and I find out if you guys are interested in seeing more of me playing Stalker Gamma. But there is an Iron Mode option, and there are a couple of selections for variations. So I can pick Iron Man, and then I can choose how many lives that I get between 1 and 5. And then in addition, you can get lives back again by staying alive in-game for 24 hours conscious, meaning sleep time doesn't count. It just counts the amount of awake time you have, and every 24 hours, you can be granted, if you set it to 1 day, you can be granted a bonus life, or every 3 days or every 5 days. So it's just some variations on the Iron Man system. So I've been playing 5 lives 1 day, which is the easiest of the Iron Man options. But it does focus me and force me into more cautious play and not just consistently save load forever. So we're not going to do that right now, though. We're not turning on Iron Man for this one. We're going to go just easy tourist for this intro video. Again, I'm playing on hard and survivalist, the hardest 2 settings with Iron Man in my quote-unquote real play. But for this introduction video, we're going to keep it fairly simple and easy. Easier. I very much still could die, but it'll be easier. Now, one of the things this option sets the progression difficulty sets is right here, the amount of points you have with which to buy equipment. So it's 1,700 on the easiest, 1,400 on the medium, and 1,100 on the hardest. That's one of the initial difficulty changes. So on tourist, we'll have more stuff. And that's it. We're not going to talk about every single thing. Okie doke. So now we got to pick some gear that we're going to take into the zone. A very important thing to know about the zone is per treaties between NATO, Warsaw Pact, United Nations, whatever, the buying and selling of weapons and armor is totally illegal, disallowed, and can't be done within the zone. So you cannot just run to a merchant and buy better weapons or buy better armor. You actually have to go out into the world, take it from other people, and have to kill them and loot them in order to get their gear. And then you have to repair it because it's almost all going to be trash it's very dirty and conditions are terrible and individual parts are all messed up. And that's really the whole progression system for the players. It's all about the gear. So you're on a quest to survive, gather artifacts, get to more dangerous areas where there are better artifacts. Meanwhile, gathering up better and better gear, getting it repaired, fixed, cleaned, and then using it against your enemies. And that's really the entire character progression system. Very, very detailed weapon systems, very, very crunchy details and simulationist aspects regarding how they work. You'll get into that as you see me play here. But we got to pick some things. So this is our one opportunity to start with perfect condition weapons and such. So I'm going to go with the S.K.E.R.S rifle, and we're also going to pick a pistol, the M1911 Russian Contract Colt. We're going to get, I won't be able to afford the good armor. We're going to grab, oh, we can afford the good armor, but I can't get the respirator if I do that. Oh, we'll forego the good armor. We'll go with the light armor, just the leather jacket instead of an actual survival suit that has a bunch more bonuses. And what else? We'll grab the binoculars for some scouting. And we've still got a couple 100 points. Let's grab... we'll grab one of those, and one of those, and one of those. Still got points left, do we? Oh, let's get the emergency pill. I'm caught out in the open, and I'm going to die. And, oh, what else can we get? Down to 35 points. That's going to be too much, right? Oh, no, we can get cysteine. Alright, we'll get some cysteamine, and we'll just get some loaves of bread, I guess. Oh, that left me with a few points. You know what? What's 10 points? What can I get for 10? There we go. We'll get some metamizol. I think that's it. So just a quick and dirty. This is what you do. All of this stuff has various uses. I can't get into the explanations for all of them. It would take forever. So I just want to jump in and get some gameplay going, and then I'll kind of describe what's going on and why I'm doing certain things as we go. So let's get started. We've got everything all set. We'll hit start. We'll wait for the load in, and we'll be off. While it loads, I'll say hi. Hi, everybody in chat. Welcome. Greetings. Stumbled across your CDDA stuff thanks to the algo. Hope you're well. I am well. Thank you. Hope you are also. My favorite enemy is Random Anomaly. Yeah, my favorite enemy is the Shock Anomaly, whose animation has this 1 to 2 second gap where it's not showing you. So I tend to spin around and start sprinting right at one as it's in that 1 to 2 second gap where it doesn't show the sparkles. And then I'm in it when it does show it, and I'm zapped to death. Good times. Good times. Hello again. What is the ending of your CDDA challenge, Dark Nights Ahead? What do you mean? you just have to watch. Go to Twitch if you want to see the ending. I mean, it's right there. You don't have to wait for the YouTube stuff. It's over on Twitch. Okay, enter the zone. Of course, we got a rainstorm on our first day. All right, we're in. Let me know. Let me see here. It's sounding a little loud. Sound. Let's see. Let's go with, where are you? Go down with 0.4. Still sounding a little loud. What are you doing to me, game? Environment. Environment sounds. There we go. Let's bump that down. No radios of the zone. I got to make sure I go through and turn off anything related to music. Otherwise, we'll get music claims on the video. All right, let's try that. I think that'll be better. It doesn't sound much different. All right, we'll go with it. You guys let me know if it's just obnoxiously loud. I'm going to do some things. You can watch me do some things, and then I'll start explaining. So right now, we're just gathering up some free stuff that's in the house here. No more free stuff. Open says me. Alright, no more free stuff. Let's go ahead and go outside. And welcome to the zone. Welcome to your crane. Alright, so this is the newbie zone. One of the first things we'll need to do... God dang it, that is too loud. I gotta get that turned down. Obnoxiously loud. How low do I need to go? 0.2? Let's see if 0.2 does it. It's not affecting the sound. Why you know affect the sound, game? Sound, general. Let's go down to 0.1 on both and see if we notice any difference. This is getting ridiculous. Well, that's definitely different. Alright, we'll try that for a bit. I wonder which one actually did it. I bet it was the other one. We'll bump this one back up. That way you can hear me shooty things. Nope. It was that one. Funny. Funny game. Funny game. Alright, 0.2. We'll bump that back up since it's not apparently doing anything. Alright, I can live with that. It'll stop eventually. Alright. Yeah, let's do the thing. So we've got some folks wandering around. We'll talk to them in a second. First thing we need to do is put on our gear. Let's put on our armor, our backpack, our mask, our binocs, our PDA, and our anomaly detector. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to set favorites. We're going to make these items my favoritist items. That way we carry them around with us, and I can drop everything else while holding on to my favorites. Alright, there we go. So we have our information here for the gear we're using currently. If I point at a pistol or a rifle, you'll notice this ammo kind of lights up briefly. Where is it? Where is it? I think it was back that way. I'm going to get blowed up while I'm trying to tell people things. So you can highlight things to know what goes with what. Like this ammo is highlighting when I put it over my pistol. That lets you know that that item is usable within this item. Very important. But yeah, we got our gear equipped. I'm going to open my PDA next, which is there. Whoops, wrong key. There's a waste of a med pack. Hey, you, open up again. I need to change you to here, and you to here, and open up my PDA. So this is kind of an all-in-one device. It's a map, so I can see the map and where I'm at. It's also a tracker for various things. We can see statistics on the run, my relations with the various factions, either just minimal, neutral, or hostile versus actual numbers as I gain faction points by doing quests and missions for them. My contacts, a guide for everything, kind of like a Civilopedia where you can look things up. A radio, which we're not going to use, and messages that I've received via this, and a few other things. Can also track tasks or quests via this on the map. So this is the map. We're in the southern end of the map. We're in a zone called Cordon, which represents this area right here. These green arrows are zone borders that take you to another zone. So that arrow takes you to that arrow, which is the Darkscape zone, which is this area. And then these arrows go to here, which takes you to the Swamp zone. So that's what all the arrows are. They're just zone connection points taking you from one place to another. There's campfires. These little gray symbols are campfires. These are points that you can save your game at. You can see these are lit up because I've been to them already, and I can save here pretty easily. There is a fast travel option. I won't get into the details on that right now, but you can fast travel for a cost. Cost you money to do so. And basically use this to see where you're going and as a quest tracker. So it'll put indicators on the screen for where your quests are located and where stashes of items that you can go loot are located. Alright, let's go talk to somebody real quick. Put away our binocs. We're going to go talk to you. Hey, Fanatic. I could use a little help. So he gave me some ammo for my 2 weapons, and he's given me a quest. So we're going to go ahead and bring up the list. We now have this little glowy icon. Training day, boar hunting. We're going to go kill some boars, some mutant boars. Just up the road and over the hill right there. Before we do that, though, we're going to go talk to another guy, get some other quests, and then we're going to go up there. And that's pretty much all you do. You talk to NPCs, you can get quests, you can get advice, you can get guides to take you places, all sorts of stuff. You have to have matches or a fire starter to get a fire going in a fireplace, and then you can save your game. That's a little hole we can sleep in and get protection from some environmental storm stuff. Hey, you, what do you got? You want breadcrumbs? I'm not going to get you breadcrumbs. Pain in the butt. Alright, wolf. Give me all the quests. I will take the Eliminate a Mutant Threat quest. I will also take the Tourist Safari quest. Any others? I will also take the Rescue the Courier quest. So these 3 quests are repeatable daily. Plus the mission from the guy behind me will be repeatable. Everything else is pretty random here in this zone. But a lot of the zones for the factions, wherever you start, will have certain NPCs that will just give you quests every day on a rotating basis. Same quest, it randomizes where the thing is at or where you might what you might have to kill, but it's a way for you to gain some faction and some cash on an ongoing basis just by cycling through the quests each day. Alright, so that's all we're going to do here. I'm going to tell this guy to stand put. We got some more guys that have joined our group. You can see their little portrait symbols on the right-hand side of my screen. The green bar at the bottom shows their hit points, and the number is how far away from me they are in meters. I'm going to go down and talk to Sidorovich, old rascal and thief who charges way too much for everything. Any work you want done there? What you want? Ah, man, not army warehouses. I'm not going there yet. Anything else? Kill somebody in Truck Cemetery? No, not going there yet. Gather bandit faction patches. That we can do. Alright. I won't go through all of his dialogue, but he's a merchant, so we can buy and sell stuff from him. Again, no weapons, no armor is allowed. I cannot buy or sell weapons or armor, hence these being all red. I cannot sell these things to him, and I cannot buy these items from him. I can only get them in the world by killing people and taking their stuff. I don't want to buy anything right now. We got what we need for this initial setup. We got enough ammo. We got some meds. If anything, I would buy more meds. So he wants, for example, we start the game with 5,000 rubles. And for a simple med kit, whoops, they're at the top because I favorited them. For a simple med kit, he wants me to spend 22.50 for one of these. 22.50. It has 2 uses. I accidentally used one a few minutes ago when I hit the wrong hotkey. But yeah, that's the kind of pricing you're looking for. And some merchants sell items for cheaper. So I can buy med items from medics a lot cheaper. I can buy certain types of ammo from an NPC in the zone north of here in garbage for cheaper. So you kind of learn where you want to buy and sell things in order to save money. And or you craft them yourself. We'll go ahead and buy that. And we're out of here. Oh yeah. Let's talk about these for a second. So this is called a stash box. There are a lot of them in the world. They don't all look like this, but there's a bunch of them. There's mostly all of every single campsite will have one generally. You can store things here. They have a max storage amount, 70 kilograms typically, and they are always safe. Nobody will ever steal anything from your stash boxes, no matter where they're at. So you don't have to worry about dumping stuff in and having it stolen or disappear or anything. They're always safe. They can also fast travel to your stash boxes that you place in the world yourself, which is good. All right, so here's our crowd. We're going to say, follow me. Then we're going to bring our map up and take a look at where our missions are at. So they got us kind of strung out. We got a mission there. We got a mission there. Where's our last mission? We should have 3. Did it put both of them right here? It might have put both right here. Because we should have a safari one and eliminate... Oh, I think this one... No, yeah, I think this one's doubled up. We'll see. However, we got multiple missions. We're going to do this one first. So yeah, hey guys. NPCs are a blessing and a curse, just like in Cataclysm. They will get in your way. They will bump you around. They will block your access. Like if I had not told them to stop, they would have followed me down into that little tunnel there, and they could have blocked me in. So you got to learn how to work around their issues and utilize their strengths. I'm going to use them as meat shields, bullet sponges, and pack mules. They're terrible shots, just terrible, terrible shots. They have infinite ammo for their weapons, and they're immune to the anomalies that I'll show you here in a minute. But let's go ahead and run out to the front of the village here. What's your thoughts on this version of Gamma? Well, I have no other versions of Gamma played, so my thoughts are I like this version. Because I've never played any other version. I have 0 hours in any kind of Stalker anywhere up until a week ago when I started playing this. So that's my entire history. I did play about an hour of some Stalker game about a decade ago. I think it was Pripyat, but I have no memory of it. Other than I remember I did it, but that's it. That's my entire experience with any of the Stalker games up until about a week ago. So this is the only version I've played. I can't compare it to anything else. I have been playing this heavily on my Twitch channel for the last week, though. I've probably got 80 hours in the last week on my Twitch channel, so... Alright, let's get out here. So, we can bring up our tracker again. We're pointed almost directly at it, so they're right over the little rise there. We've got a rifle without a scope yet. And then we've got our pistol. We can pick which kind of ammo we want to use for it. We only have one choice currently. Alright guys. I can also set these guys to ignore combat and just move, or to stand in place or follow me, or go to stealth mode, don't loot, a number of choices. Alright, piggies, where are you? And where's an anomaly I can demonstrate? Oh. Who are we shooting at? Oh, there they are. That's not our target. Reload before he dies. Oh, my poor guy got hammered there. That one little thing took that guy down to a 3rd health. Alright, give me some claws. These were not our targets, I don't think. I thought we were supposed to be killing the boars. Yep, they're not our targets. Those were just random. The world is very dynamic. While the map is set... There it is. Get over here. While the map is set and fixed, the locations of enemies, the the weather, the anomalies. Ah, another one showed up. And 2 more showed up. Holy crap. We might die here. There's too many of these things. Yeah, one of my guys is already almost dead. Up, one guy's down. What is this, like 5 of these? 6 of these? I've never seen this many in this one place right here before. Whoa! And I'm hit. And I'm hit again. These things are horrible bullet sponges. Hey guys, ignore combat. Come with me. Hopefully they manage it. I'm not sure who I lost, but we failed one of the quests already. Come on guys, disengage. Get down here. That was crazy. I've never seen so many boars at one time. 80 hours of play over my Twitch channel, and that's the most I've ever gotten at once. Alright, let's get a bandage around the bleeding. So I have a hit point indicator in the bottom left. It's kind of complicated at first. You learn it. Where'd you go, piggies? Piggies didn't follow? Rude. They're running the ridge over there. Well, we're not done. Alright. Apparently we got the ones we were supposed to kill. What we had was we had two different groups of piggies. Whoa, another incoming. All right. Yeah, we had our target group here, but then we had a second group over the ridge that joined in, so it was 2 different groups of boars. Too bad we lost that one guy. At least I didn't lose the main quest guy. Really not good when you lose him. All right, so we're looting. We're using a knife to harvest body parts that we can either cook or we can trade in for various quests. Sometimes your quests will finish themselves. For example, we'll get a hunting quest here, and if another stalker wanders by, he can kill the guys. Like, what are you guys shooting at over here? Nothing currently. Alright, let's see. Let's check our map again. Yeah, we'll go loot the dead stalker in a second. So we still got to go after that. Alright, where's my dude? Right over there. Sorry, my dude, you didn't last long. We get some water, a bandage, a grooming kit, faction patch, some ammo-making parts, some cash. So here's the weapon system. So the weapons have, let's look at this one. So the weapons have components shown at the top there in orange and red. Those colors meaning that they're pretty damaged, and it's at 16%. And in the middle of the screen shows current stats for the weapon. And at the bottom it shows the replacement parts. So all the numbers are the percentage of condition. So the barrel's at 29%. There's the triggers and chocks and extractors and mechanisms and so on. There are some rules for what you do and you don't want to gather. The 60% is kind of the rule for general purposes. You don't want stuff below that most of the time. I can pull individual items off of this. I can field strip individual components. So if one of the components was in good shape, I could strip it off and take it with me. I could strip everything off if I wanted to. The barrel's the first thing you look at, though. The barrel condition is really important, and you can get a detail of the weapon via just picking details from a right-click menu, where you can see the info, you can see what ammo is good for it, you can see the specific parts and what their percentages are. You can see what kits are used to repair it, and so on. A lot of details. There's upgrades you can purchase that will enhance its capabilities. A lot of things going on here. So, like I said, the weapon system is one of the primary features of the mod and the game itself and how you advance your character. And it's hard. It's very hard. It's very hard to make money, to get gear, to get it repaired properly, to get it upgraded. There's a lot of things you need to do in certain order, and a lot of items you need in order to get it accomplished. So I'm not sure I'll get one fixed up during this particular playthrough, but we'll give it a try. So that's what's going on here. Neither of these are particularly good ones that I would normally mess with. The numbers are too low on both of them. Since I can't sell them and I can't do anything else with them, I'm just going to leave them on the corpse. I'm going to go ahead and break this down and take the components off the armor piece. Alright, there we go. Let's move along. Let's get out our binoculars. Take a look down the way here. See if anything's moving. That's what got us last time. I didn't check the area. We got a spawn over here that heard the gunfire and came and hit us from the side. We got flanked. So there's an anomaly directly in front of us I'll show you next. Everything else looks pretty clear. So there's kind of a swirly, you can see leaves kind of swirling right there. Oh yeah, I started a new game. I gotta change something. Gameplay, progression, unlimited bolts. Fly. So these are anomalies. This is like a wind anomaly, or I don't know what its official name is. There's lots of different kinds. These guys are immune to its effects, but if I walk into that, I'll get hammered and moved around and hurt. If I throw a bolt at it, you can kind of see where it's at. I'll try to find the edge as I keep moving to the left. It goes quite a ways to the left. There you go. Alright, so that's about the edge of it. So it goes from a little to the right of that white tree all the way to the middle of the road, basically, is its area of effect. The closer you get to the middle, the worse off you are. But you can use these offensively. So had I known the boars were over here, and had I had a convenient anomaly nearby, I could have positioned myself in between them and the anomaly, or me on the opposite side of the anomaly from them. So they charge me and they run right into this, and then they would get damaged. So dumb enemies, animals, mutants, things like that, you can have them run into these things and destroy themselves. So make sure you always know where these are at in your local combat area and take advantage of them and or avoid them. Alright, we're going to that little farmhouse up the road right there, so we can see it in the distance there. That's where we're heading, up that direction. So we will sidestep this anomaly. There's another one directly ahead of us here, so we have to go to the opposite side of the street. Make sure my guys are on follow and fire at will. Depending on your experience in these types of games and, you know, your ability to point a mouse and pull a trigger, you want to be very careful. It's a very dangerous world, very unforgiving mod. We just ran into a patch of radiation. We're still in it. This is another primary mission site. There are... can't quite see. Right inside there's a door behind that truck. If you're standing over here, you can see into it to see if there's bandits in there or not. But we're going to this one. Which mission is it? Which mission? Courier? Nope, eliminate the mutant threat. Alright, so probably not any bandits in there since we're going to have some mutants. You can't see radiation areas. You can hear the clicking of the Geiger counter, and in the bottom left corner where the paper doll symbol is, the middle part where it shows the human body, it's red on top because that's the amount of damage I've taken so far. It does a two-tier hit point or health system. In the middle is your general health, represented by that body symbol, and it'll drain the white away, more and more red as you take more and more damage. So the white drains down to your feet, and then you die if it hits the bottom. Then we have the bars out to the sides. That represents your head, torso, arms, and legs. They're two separate hit point pools. So you can take general health damage without having any limb damage and vice versa. Damage to those different things will affect your gameplay. You'll slow down if your legs are damaged. Your arms might wobble if they're all messed up. Things like that. So you want to be very careful to try to keep yourself in top condition. The two bars below my feet, the first one's the radiation bar, showing how many rads I've currently got, and the one below that is your endurance, or your ability to keep running around. We found a broken radio. That's a stash box. Anything else in here? And I'm getting radiated. Not much yet. Alright, let's see if we can find a spot not radiating me. Alright. I don't see anything yet. Anything on the hilltop over there? Campfire, no bandits, no bandits. I don't yet know where the mutants are in here. You can occasionally have a sniper right up there, either inside that opening or right behind that sandbag. That's always fun. Oh, they spotted something. What are we shooting? What are we shooting? And where are any anomalies nearby? Little dog? One dog? Or is it usually multiple dogs? Not usually one. So, use your NPCs as guides for whether it's safe or not. Notice how that... Whoa! Yeah, it's not usually one. Ow. Bad dog. Bad dogs! Damn it! We're gonna get killed right here. Stupid dogs. I think one's still up. I don't know where my other guy went. Where'd you go, other guy? Let's turn on our mini-map. He's back behind that building right there. Uh-oh. Somebody else is involved. Oh, you telling me the sniper showed up? I think the sniper showed up. That or somebody's down here. I can't tell which. Where are you pointing, dude? And where's my other guy? We're all split up. I got one guy in the buildings and one guy out here. No, it's not a sniper. There he is. Man, I wish I had the scope. I'm all wobbly. Iron sight sucks. Ouch! Which side of the tree you going to? Tell you what, guys. Ignore combat. We need to get organized here. I still don't think we've killed... The hell? We got stuff going on all over the damn place. My torso's messed up. Yeah, we got somebody in here. I've been flanked multiple times so far in this easy run. Alright, go to work, guys. Flush him out. Oh, there's the dog. Stupid dog. I get him with that last shot? I did not. Alright, well at least the mission's complete. Now we got somebody shooting down here too. We looking at each other? That's a friendly. Alright, let's get back out front. Who we shooting, dudes? Did they come closer? Whoops. Ah, that's not good. I hate the acid in that barn right there. I always get hit when I walk by it. I can't see it because it... Hey! I'm confused again. We got some friendlies joining in, apparently. I don't know where they're at. Where are you aiming? These guys are calm. Love it. This guy just walks on through. Oh, somebody's wounded. I hear somebody screaming. No, somebody's still up. Where? No, not rads. You all done now? See one guy on the ground over here. Alright, some light reading entertainment, a PDA, and another S.K.E.R.S with terrible parts. Alright, there was at least one more. I don't think I got any of them. Can't hit nothing without the scope on the S.K.E.R.S. Alright, we got a fire spout right over here. Yeah, I don't know where the second one might be. That's twice now we've had crazy fights where we had extras coming in from different directions. Thought maybe the second one got up in this area. Guess not. Alright, we'll just settle for what we got. Hey guys. Oh, settle down. Settle down. We're all friends. What do you want? Deliver a package to Army Warehouse? No, we're not going to Army Warehouse. Another Army Warehouse. You guys are fascinated with packages to Army Warehouse? Or pelts. That we can do. Oh, I was hoping I had two from our earlier boars, but apparently we don't. Alright, did we loot all the dog meat? I think we did. Alright, let's take the back way home. Before I do, let me check in with chat. I haven't been able to check in. Had too much excitement going on. More people. Chat is smaller over here on YouTube for some reason. Why are you smaller, chat? I can't change font size from that menu. Alright, I guess I'll just have to squint a little more. This is a introducing Stalker to my YouTube audience stream, Coaster. I'm not abandoning my Twitch streams to solely stream this over here. Yeah, I'm just meaning that the text window that I use to read chat is the text is smaller for some reason when I use the YouTube window as opposed to when I use the Twitch window, and there's no. They do things slightly differently. There's no button for me to pick a larger font size in that window. So Twitch has still got advantages over YouTube in a number of ways in the streaming tools that are available to the creator. feel like I'm running at an angle for some reason. Alright, let's get over here and do this thing. So this is an anomaly site. A lot of the gravitational anomalies here that can get me. And there's also radiation kind of saturating portions of this blue bowl. But there's an artifact down there I need to retrieve, and this guy gives me a quest to come do this after we talk to him. What do I need to do now? So he tells me to go get the artifact, warns me about the dangers, gives me a container for the artifact because it's radioactive. And he gives me some vodka, which we can use to counteract the radiation or purge it from our system. Then I'm going to ask him if he has any jobs. No and no. Alright, let's go get a fire right here in case I totally screw this up and get myself killed. So, get the fire going, after which we can then go save game. This will be YT1. Alright, so the goal is to get down there, grab the artifact, stuff it into a metal box, and get back out again as quickly as possible without getting killed by one of the anomalies and without being radioactivized to death. So there's a number of ways you can do this. There are lots of drugs that will counteract radiation. There's symbols below each of these consumables. So the rad symbol there by vodka, at the very bottom there it says radiation minus 27 millisieverts per second. So that's going to remove radiation from my system after the fact. There are also preventative drugs to keep you from getting irradiated in the first place. The healing system is a two-stage system like I mentioned earlier. Red blood droplets are a first aid heal. That's a temporary heal for certain body parts. Like this one only affects torso, arms, and legs, not the head. Can't wrap your head in bandages. And then there's a post-heal, which is the white heart symbols. That locks in or cements, makes permanent the temporary heal that you've taken. So you got to do a two-stage healing process to heal up the damaged body parts. Your general health can be handled just by the red heart, but the other body parts you need the two-stage healing. So there's various combinations of items and drugs to heal the various body parts. A lot of variety. For now, I'm just going to run down there, grab it, and get back out again. This is the lead-lined container we're going to drop the artifact into when we get to it. So, let's see if I kill myself in doing this. Oh yeah, I should bring out the detector. This is a hotter-colder detector. It beeps when you've got an artifact nearby. Beeps faster as you get closer to it. There's upgrades for these detectors so that it's easier, better range, shows you other things, stuff like that. But we're just going to run down there and try to grab it. So the route is the same each time. I don't want that artifact. I want this artifact, which we're going to pop into the container, and then we're going to get out of here. Same way we came in. Alright, that was a fairly light dose of radiation. For that, we are going to use... Oh, do I not have any smokes? I have no smokes. No smokes. Alright, guess we're going to use the, the vodka you gave me. So, a lot of different kinds of artifacts. A lot of them you can find just in the world. They generate somewhat spontaneously. There's some rules behind why and where they'll generate. I'm not going to get into now. But it's good to have the detector out if you don't have anything else going on, because you might just stumble across them. Some of them are actually invisible. You can't see them by eye until you get close enough with the detector, and then they'll appear on the ground. Others you can see from long away, especially if you travel at night. You can see the glow of them on the ground from quite a distance. Alright, we now have a little bottle symbol here when I'm not in the inventory screen that indicates I'm thirsty. So we have hunger, thirst, and sleep or fatigue. You want to keep these filled in as much as possible because they have negative effects. So we're just going to drink some water. Alright, so we've got some pretty bad damage to our torso, and our right leg is pretty damaged. That's going to slow me down as I try to move. If it goes below 50%, you actually take damage when you're trying to sprint. So there's a few options. I could use the first aid and post-heal drugs to get me fixed up. That's super expensive. I could just say screw it and keep hobbling along like I am and hope I don't get hurt. It'll heal up when you sleep, if you get a good amount of sleep without being interrupted too much or at all. I'm not exactly sure how the interruptions work, but you can heal a lot of that damage in sleep. We're nowhere near being sleepy time. You can visit a medic and pay a medic to heal you up. So, number of possibilities. I'm just going to trundle along with what we got for the moment. I'm most concerned about that torso health. Let's go ahead and pop open our quest tracker. So we've got quest turn-ins to do back at that guy we got him from. And the guy we just released from here is going to go back to his original position and be available to give future quests. Let's go ahead and head back down into the village and buy a very important thing. We'll turn our quests in, get our money. We're going to put a scope on this silly S.K.E.R.S. This thing is useless without a scope. Useless to me. Useless in my hands. Alright, job is done. What we're hoping for when we turn this in is item rewards, cash rewards, and stash rewards. A stash reward means one of the random stash containers on the map will be filled with loot. They're all empty at the start. The only time they have anything in them is when you have finished a quest or a job for an NPC. One will then be randomly chosen and will be filled with loot. Because you can stumble across them all over the map if you know their locations, but they have nothing in them in this mod until you actually activate them via an NPC quest. So you're going to be running jobs for NPCs constantly to generate the items for these stashes. Then you got to go get the stash stuff and put it to use. So let's see if we get the stash. We just got money. We didn't get a stash out of the first one. How about the second one? We got stash coordinates. Alright, so that one gave us cash and stash coordinates. We'll go look for that in a second. Any new jobs? No new jobs. Alright, and one of the turn-ins, we had an NPC following us because it was a quest NPC, so he's now gone. So we're all alone now. I'm all by my lonesome. Occasionally I will ignore turning in a quest because I want the NPCs to follow me so I can go do other things. I try to keep them alive. Whoa. Please don't kill me underground. Ah, I think that one was pretty close to directly over top of me. Those can kill you. They're like ball lightning that appears about 50 feet off the ground, and if you're under it when it goes off, you're dead if you don't have good resistances. Alright, Sidorovich, I don't think you have changed your mind. We're not going there. Oh, that's a good one. Contract kill. Kill this guy, a bandit in this location in Cordon. Sure, that's awesome. We got lucky with that one. A lot of other things you can do. You can sell them PDAs that you found. You can buy information on stashes to go unlock, and other stuff. I won't talk about all of them. What I do want though is I want to buy some equipment. We're going to use our new flush status of 16,000. We're mega rich. We got 16,000. We're going to buy a PU scope. PU scope's going to cost me half of that. And there's our PU scope. There's our rifle, which if I highlight, you can see the PO scope lights up. So we can just slap that right on there. I don't want to do this, but I need to buy another med kit, I think. We're out. I got, what, one use left? I got one use on the first aid kit. The little hash mark at the bottom here, that white hash mark, right on the corner of the square graphic, shows you the usages. So I've got 3 vodka, I got 1 use of a first aid kit, 3 water, etc. So how much do you want? You want 2250? Yeah, give me 1 each of those. That's going to make us fairly poor. We still got 45 rounds of 7.62 and only 8 for my pistol. Ouch. Alright, so we're back up to 50 rounds for the pistol, 45 rounds for the rifle. I would rather buy a different kind of ammo for the pistol. There's Hydra Shock ammo, but it's more expensive. We can't afford it right now. Alright, let's go see if our buddy is back in his quest-giving position. Then I'm going to show you the map. The real map. The whole map.
Слушаю тебя.
Hey, buddy. Anything else? Cool. Destroy the mutant in Cordon. I'll do it. Anything else? Wants a battery artifact? Nah, I never find those. Okay. We'll pop a new save in right here. If you're not playing Iron Man, you can save and load, save and load, save and load to your heart's content, of course. You run afoul of the weather, the anomalies, or the enemies. So here's the map. This is the play area. So this is just the start. So this is the entry zone cordon, which is where the lone stalkers or free stalkers start. We have the Great Swamp, where Clear Sky faction is. Down here in the corner is where their base is. All the green arrows are connection points between the zones. And this is the southern boundary. I can't go any further south. You also can't scroll east or west. The entire map is a long column that goes to the north. And the basic gameplay progression, roughly, is the further north, the more dangerous things get. You're pretty much in newbie areas up till about here. This is about the end of what would roughly be the early game, early mid-game stuff, right here. When you hit the Red Forest and beyond, that's where the end game stuff is, and you really, really got to be ready and set up in some gear. But it keeps going on up to Chernobyl. That's the reactor. And it won't go, that's as far as you can go. It doesn't go any farther than that. So that's the rough approximation of your progression. You just want to keep running missions, gaining faction with or gaining points with the different factions. As you level up your points with the factions, you unlock... there's another one right there ahead of me. A lot of those going off all of a sudden. By doing missions, though, I am improving my relations with this faction. So I'm up to 140 with the Free Stalker faction. And I can run missions for a lot of them, the ones I'm not in kill on sight with. So Free Stalkers are kill on sight with mercenaries, military, bandits, and monolith. So any of these guys will just shoot me in my face. There is a disguise system you can use where you can put on the uniform of your enemy and you can walk into their camp. There's various things to that. I'm not going to get into it in detail, but just realize you can pick up and repair enemy uniforms and then don them to walk into their camps to collect things or assassinate or, do various things. You can also switch factions as you play through the game. Do some missions for the faction you want to switch to. And I don't know what the limits are or the requirements. I haven't done it myself yet. But that's another thing you can do, is switch factions during your journey. So, a lot of possibilities. But it's an open world. You can go anywhere you want that you think you can survive. Or maybe you think you can't survive. You can go there. But it's a lot of just mission running and improving your gear. A lot of weapon and item collection for crafting purposes. There's a whole crafting system as well. A lot of stuff. So early game, though, you just want to keep chain running the missions for one faction so that you can get your level up. And when you get to 500, 1,000, 1,500, and 2,000, I think is the limit. Each of those is a level up for the merchants in that faction. And their stores will have more items for you to purchase. You'll be able to buy better and better stuff. And that's very important for a number of reasons. All right, so we got missions back here. We went here last time, so just across the road. We were kind of fighting right in this area just a bit ago. But now this is our mission point, Contract Killer. Apparently there's a bandit there, a specific one that we have to go kill. He's going to have friends, so it's going to be a group fight. We could probably handle it with our scope. I'd really like to have an NPC, but we don't have any left. And then destroy some mutants. Could be dogs, could be boars, could be other things. Not far away. So that's a little unhappy making with no NPCs that are going to join us. You can also talk to NPCs to get missions. You can have them join you. Certain ones, you'll have a conversation option asking to join. If you're low faction, they may want payment, but if you get higher in the faction levels, they'll do it for free. They'll just join you to, have adventures and get killed. I'm looking for work. Anything you want done? Snork masks? Yeah, we might get snork masks. How about you? What do you want? Breadcrumbs again? Or still? No thanks. The villages will populate as time goes by as well. So right now it's pretty sparse, but a couple of days from now there may be 6 guys sitting around each of the fires and other guys wandering. They can get killed off during storms. They can get killed off by bandit attacks. The factions can raid each other at different locations. Or have military patrols rolling around. All sorts of dynamic world event stuff can happen. Where's Hip? Where are you at, Hip? That's not Hip. You not Hip. I don't want to go there. Yeah, I want to know where Hip is. They needs a headlamp with night vision integration. Sure, sure. I come across that all the time. Is Hip in a house? Or does Hip not spawn until... I don't remember. That's fine. If I see the shotgun, I'll just hold on to it. I wish the rain would stop. You'll hear me say that a lot in this game. Alright, let's go shoot some bandits with a long-range rifle in the rain. And hope we don't get shot ourselves. Not a good place to stand around, but make sure you take full use of your PDA other than just the map feature. You can track your quests, so I know the Rescue the Courier is up here, Contract Killer Site is there, the Destroy Lair is there, etc. So you can check what you want, you can see what items you might need and pull them out of your stash to go deliver to the person, things like that. Whichever one you select, also on the mini-map at the top left of the screen, there's a little faint red arrow right in the exact top left corner. As I pivot that around, you can kind of see the arrow bounce. That arrow is pointing directly towards whatever quest you've currently got selected. So it's easy to not know about that unless you've read about it. But that's a feature because you'll kind of get lost sometimes depending on your orientations. But a lot of other information in here, statistics, relations, and so on. The guide is pretty useful. It's got a lot of good information, like the jellyfish artifact here shows you all the details about it and what its effects are and such. You can see characters, achievements. You go to notes, if you have an Iron Man state turned on, it'll give you details about your current Iron Man status. Just all sorts of stuff. So have a peruse. Yeah, we're definitely moving slower on this bum leg. There's also sneaking. You can crouch. You can go to the ground. I really don't know how effective it is. I haven't done any experiments or tests myself or any deep reading on the subject. You can melee. Go get an axe and feel free to sneak up on somebody and melee them or wear their uniform so they don't suspect that you're actually an enemy. And then whip out your axe and cleave them in the forehead before they realize what's happening. You know, fun stuff like that. Just average Saturday afternoon fare. We're going to put another save in before I engage in this fight. I could die. There could be dying. Alright, here's the difference. If you saw earlier me trying to use the non-scoped SKS, that's the difference. Huge, huge difference. There's actually somebody right there. I just have to move over a little. We'll do the rock and tree limb. Yep, there he is. Oh, got him with the second one. Come on, dude. Dare you to move. Oh, he was backed up too quick. So at least one more, possibly two more. The AI is pretty good. The AI will give you a challenge. At extreme ranges like this, you might not notice, but at medium to close ranges, they'll do a lot of finding cover. They'll flank you. They'll charge your position when you're trying to reload or heal. So for the type of game it is, the type of gameplay, it's fairly competent. You'll hopefully find some interesting challenges. I don't know where this last guy has gone off to, and I really hate... Oh, he was too quick. And he ran back. Stop doing lateral moves, dude. Stand still somewhere. I see you there. I see you. Oop, nope, he moved again. Come on. Pick a point. You gonna squat right there? Not sure if I got him. I think I might have got him. Well, yes. The AI is pretty good as a competitor, but your friendly AI, they're another story. I'm not going to compliment the friendly AI. They're also mostly all bullet sponges, unless you're putting direct fire into somebody. AI versus AI is hilarious sometimes. There'll be a bad guy standing right here. I'll have a friendly, and the fight will go on for minutes as them all blaze away at each other with automatic guns. It's just hilarious sometimes what happens. So, I mean, you take it with a grain of salt. It is what it is. It will provide you with some exhilarating fights. Other times it'll be just totally clown posse. But, you know, you live for the times where it's cool and it's fun. Yeah, I'm really hoping it's clear, because I hate... Nope, it's not clear. And he's got a shotty. This is not the in-kind engagement I want. Ow. Do that again. Do that again. Whoa! He did it again and he kept rolling. He's got a shotty. Oh crap, which way did he go? Oh, he went right. The other right. In his head. Wait for the reload. So he's got one of the like S.T.A.L.K.E.R.S 34 shotguns where he only had 2 rounds. So just like me, he has to go into a reload. So as soon as he went into the reload, I was able to draw a bead on him and get him in the head. And my torso is even further damaged. Yeah, we're gonna have to do something about that. All right, let's spend some first aid. So we're going to go ahead and use our first aid kit. That's going to repair my general health and also put some temporary first aid healing on the body parts. And when I highlight it, you can see the limbs will light up with the amount of healing they're going to receive. I already used a bandage, which is why those are already yellow. But we'll use that. That'll get my main health and my torso fixed up a little bit. And then we're going to follow it up with a post-heal drug. Yadalin. It'll get me all the limbs except for a portion of the torso healed up. Yeah, that's pretty much my only choice. Alright. I knew after the initial exchange, when he went back in and I heard him do a reload after 2 shots, what kind of shotgun he had. So I was hoping he would get out in the open somewhere where I could draw a bead on him while he was in the reload. Alright, there it is. S.T.A.L.K.E.R.S 34. No surprise there. It's got a pretty good dirty hammer in green, dirty hammers. 66 value shown at the very bottom there. And I'm going to go ahead and field strip that off. We're going to grab his bullet making and ready ammo, his cash, his duct tape, and his Bennett patch. I don't care about the rest of the shotgun. Who else did we have? That guy is the guy I got with my second shot initially. Parts, bullet making, cash. He's got an overcoat, unknown faction. I'm going to break it down for parts and take those with me. And then also a TOS 106, which is trash. Don't want it. And last guy, ooh, an SKS. So we got some SKS ammo. Generic parts. We got an anomaly map of the Tropic Cemetery zone. More bullets, a bandage. And the SKS with, again, that's not too bad condition-wise. Unfortunately, the barrel's just below what you want, just below 60%. Ideally, you want something above 60% just to make the processor repair cheaper and easier. So, and I've already got a perfect condition rifle of that type, so I don't really care about the rest of it. Alright, taking drugs makes you hungry and or thirsty, so we're going to take a sip of water. The atmosphere of the game is stellar. Lighting effects, fog effects, day-nighttime effects, sunsets and sunrises when it's clear out, anomaly effects, everything. Combined with a really robust and accurate sound system, you can hear shots from way far away. You can get positional cues on what direction they are. You can get an idea of how far they are by how they sound. So you can... I'm familiar enough with Cordon now, where usually if I hear gunshots, I immediately know what site is actually having a fight. Just because of the map orientation and familiarity and all that. But everything looks great. From my understanding, the community actually did the engine upgrade to a 64-bit engine. Because this is definitely not the engine that was in the original games. Which is amazing to me. But yeah. So for anybody that came in late to the stream and hasn't watched the intro, this is completely free. You can go download exactly what I'm playing right now for 0 of the rubles, dollars, whatever currency is your local flavor. Completely free. It's community-built game, just like Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead, and doesn't cost a thing. You don't need the original Stalker games, nothing. I've got links in the description of the video if you want to go to the Discord for Gamma and follow the directions on how to download it. Alright, so we're done here. We also need to go, what, up the hill? Oh yeah, right out back. So we gotta go kill something back here. Hopefully it's not something too nasty. We can also possibly loot stuff here in the facility. Let's get this back out. We'll kind of roll around. A tip is if you hold the F as in Frank key down, you will be able to, it'll highlight items that are available to pick up within about 6 feet or so, a couple meters. Well, we'll go find something we can show you how that works. Game's also highly moddable and configurable. Obviously, I got 350 some mods because of the Gamma mod pack, but tons and tons of options you can set. Make the game easier, harder, turn on and off different things that you do or don't like. There's something. Nope, nothing there. What over here? Nothing over here either. Oh, I'm getting robbed. There we go. That's an example. Holding down the F key highlights like that. No way, I mean, yeah, I know what to look for. I'd notice that, but normally if you're sweeping through rooms, you wouldn't notice. But if you're holding the F key while you're moving around, you'll just automatically grab it. How about down here? Yep, there was a basic sewing thread. Certain boxes and containers you can smash open. Most of them you can't, so I can't do anything with these. There's a wooden crate you can smash and a metal box you can smash. Those are the only ones I'm aware of that are smashable. Alright, you are in an inopportune spot, Mr. Anomaly. I'm gonna go out the side, or the front here, and go around. Man, this rain is serious rain. It ain't messing. We actually have pretty good visibility. We don't have a lot of fog, it's just heavy rain. I got better visibility in the rain here than I do when it's foggy. I'm gonna go to the top of the hill and then point down where we need to be. First, I'm gonna make sure there's nothing moving out behind me. Alright, our mission point is directly ahead. Something is roaming around. We don't know where it's at yet. Got an anomaly right there I might be able to use. Got a lot of anomalies up here. Also got some radiation. Occasionally the animals that you're going after, the mutants, they'll start running. They'll go way far away from their mission point. Just don't be a pack of cats. Please don't be a pack of cats. Uh-oh. Zombies. It's zombies! And hopefully nothing else. Alright, so these are zombies. They're slow. They're not too dangerous. You want headshots. Higher caliber better, otherwise it takes a couple. They have a little bit of loot, but the interesting thing is they're created by the psychic storms that'll hit. This is just a regular storm. There's psi storms that'll hit that'll turn any survivors or stalkers that get caught out in it into zombies. It fries their brains. And when they initially die, they're capable of using their weapons still in a rudimentary manner, so you'll have zombies with machine guns wandering around. Eventually they decay enough that they can't use their guns anymore. He's not done yet. Neither is he. Double tap. Oh. Oh, come on. Oh, we have a third one? Alright. Loot is usually fairly minimal. Click. Always what you want to hear is a zombie is 5 feet away. Right past his ear. I could try stabbing him, but it doesn't work real good. An axe works pretty good, I assume. I haven't actually tried one. Nothing special. Ah, more zombies. Whoa! Oh crap, I punted my zombie. Uh-oh. Did the mission complete? The mission has not completed. Oh crap. I don't know if that's the same zombie or a different zombie. I think that's the same zombie. The mission still hasn't completed. Oh, crud. Oh, no, it did. Alright, so the mission indicator's gone. Alright, we basically just need to run back to the home base area and turn these missions in. See if we get any stash locations. Let's travel with our binos. There shouldn't be anybody yet back in the village here. Don't take anything for granted, though. The game world's very dynamic. Patrols of various factions could be moving down the road that you run into. Could have wild animals, mutants roam into the area. Never assume, especially if you're playing Iron Man. Let's go ahead and drop a save in before we finish the run back. Yeah, bleeding's kind of a third health thing. Yeah, game gets updated, if not daily, every couple of days. Again, just like Cataclysm, it's got a live, very dedicated, very active community. And it's just the whole implementation. It just gives me a lot of favorable comparisons to how Cataclysm develops. So you can update with a click of the button. The mod launcher will update. So very simple process to get updated. Alright, back in. Let's keep running. How long have we been in game? Hour and 20? Alright. I'm not sure how long I want to go in this. I don't want to make a hugely long video as an intro to Stalker. But we'll go a little bit longer at least. I think we've shown off a fair bit of the early gameplay and give you an idea of kind of what it's like and what to expect. The weapons list is just ridiculous, though. Huge variety of both NATO and Warsaw Pact weaponry. Pistols, submachine guns, shotguns, rifles, assault rifles, sniper rifles, in all their glorious variants, with the whole mod system available for them, integrated parts that you have to repair independently, bunch of resistance systems with the armor, which also has upgrade options. A lot of really cool stuff for the folks that like to get into the weeds and the details. Alright, you... nothing for you. Hey, you. Still got your job. Ooh, stash. Yeah, stash and garbage. We can do that one. That's the go to the scientist. Staying out of the rain, are you? Nope, not going to wild territory. Hey, smashable box. No loot. Still want to know where Hip's at. I think Hip's hiding behind... Yeah, Hip's back. Oh, Hip's probably in the bunker. Alright, let's turn our quest in for this guy. Job is done. We got just money. No stash location. Anything else? I don't want the battery one. He's all done. Oops, wait. I got the artifact. I'm ready. Alright, so he gave me one more mission. Very quick and easy. I'm going to spoil it. It basically says to go find a stash package that he left in the village. Here you go. You've been spoiled. There is the stash package. Dunk. Alright, let's go talk to our other NPC quest giver. Oops, wait. Hip is the night shift person. Yep, there's Hip. Hey, Hip. Sounds like a deal. So she wants you to go find a TAS 194 TAS 194 shotgun. Fairly rare. My current run on Twitch, I got one really early, but beyond that, I've gone 50 bandits without getting a TAS 194 shotgun sometimes. But you just bring her that shotgun with some buckshot, and you get paid with a basic repair kit, which is super important. It's one of the critical items you're after in the early game. So yeah, we'll take that quest. This is where you can sleep, and you can also be protected from some of the anomaly events that occur. Atmospheric events that will kill you, unless you have certain protections if you're out in the open. Any work? No work. Let's go talk to that liar and thief scoundrel, Sidorovich. Ah! No stash location again? You guys. Alright, well that's pretty much. We've about exhausted the current mission status for the early game for these guys. Yeah, you can do a vodka turn-in for one. Let's go ahead and look at our PDA. So we did unlock at least one stash. It is not in the south area. Oh boy. Did we unlock a stash location? I don't remember now. Did we get even a single one? Wow, I think every single mission didn't give us one. That sucks. Oh, there's one. Alright, so this is a stash location. We did get one. Right there. Secret stash in the car. We're not going there, though. That's a pretty dangerous area for us to try to go to, Dark Valley. We're not going to go for that one. There will be a lot more that appear as we complete missions. We have one over there in Agroprom also. So stashes flash on and off as I click them. That one's a little dangerous for us to get to also. But we didn't get lucky with the stash location. It is randomized. I wish they would limit the randomization to no more than like one zone away, or maybe two at the most, but I do a lot of missions in the newbie area here in the very far south, and the stashes will be like up in Pripyat, or up in the Red Forest, where I'm not going for a very long time, so they're basically totally useless. I don't like that part. I wish they would limit, if you take the mission here, I don't think it's really appropriate that the stash location is up near the nuclear plant. But whatever. One man's opinion. Okay. Yeah. So from here, I mean, I have options. There's still a lot of daylight left. It's only coming up on 3 p.m. But we've exhausted most of the mission availability here. So things I could do. I could go north to the garbage district and get that mission and that mission done. Go talk to the merchant here and here. Get some more missions from these guys, hopefully locally, but sometimes that sends you out and about. Each zone basically has mission givers, so for the most part, we're done in Cordon for the day. I could go to the swamps, I could go various places and get things done, or try to locate certain stuff. Or I could just run up and down the area here. We haven't been to a large part of Cordon. We could have bandits in the tunnel that goes under here. There could be bandits in some buildings here. Bandits at a campfire. Bandits at another one. Bandits at the border crossing. So there's a lot of bandit killing opportunities that we haven't seen yet. We've cleared these two recently. And we know there's nothing in this area. But this side, there's quite a bit. There could be bandits we could go kill and loot up that direction. Usually I make a base out of this spot right here, the northern farm. Northern farm's got a sleeping spot, it's got a normal merchant, and it has a mechanic or technician. The merchants are different regarding trader versus technician. This is more equipment geared towards repairing guns and armor, and the different tools and items you need for that process. And the trader is kind of a catch-all of all the various stuff, just like Sidorovich here in the starting area. So, yeah. I think this is actually a good natural spot for us to stop. So we've made good progress. I think we've shown off the early parts of the game. Like I said, I don't want to make this video too long. We're coming up in about 90 minutes here. And I think what I'll do is let's run over to the campfire area here where the stash is located. You can make your own stash locations. You can buy or build your own boxes and bags and crates and so on and place them in the world if you'd like. There's a whole crafting system once you get the basic tool set ready to go. So there's a lot more to show. I didn't show or answer quite a bit of the details. A lot of details. So there's layers upon layers of things. And it's a very challenging game, even on the easier settings. So, but yeah, so the stash has got a max capacity of 70 kilograms. We'll toss these things in. That in there. I don't need you. We'll look at that in a sec. That's a PDA that we found. I'll take a look at that before we close out. We'll go ahead and, whoops, give me those. We'll drop those in the box. Oh yeah, important inventory thing. If you hold the shift key down, you can quick move items. Just while you're holding shift, anything you point at gets moved to the other side. So just hold shift and wave your cursor around like a magic wand and inventory gets pushed around. Makes it very quick and easy. Alright, let's take a look at that PDA we looted off of somebody. They're coming after you, huh? It's just background info. Doesn't really mean anything. We have a couple of options with the PDA. I can disassemble it for parts, electronics components that I can use for crafting other things, or I can sell it to Sidorovich. He'll take those as well, especially ones that are locked that you can't get into. I initially just go ahead and disassemble them because I want to buy I want to craft an upgraded scanner as quick as possible, and I need these components to do it. Alright, we'll toss those in. Let's have a few things to eat. That gets us, still got 2 bars. Alright, we'll have that one as well. Everything, well, not everything, most everything in the game has dual uses. You can sell most of it as long as it's not armor or weapons to merchants. You can disassemble a lot of things for core components used for other crafting. You can use them for their intended purposes. It just kind of depends on what you want to do. We can get a cooker and we can cook up some of this mutant stuff that we've accumulated. We don't have mutant toxicity in this game, unlike Cataclysm, so you can eat your boar chops without too much danger. It has some toxic food indication and unhealthy and a bit of radiation poisoning, especially if you eat it raw. But once you cook it, especially if you cook it in fancy methods, you get more nutrition, less radiation, that kind of stuff. So again, a lot of variations, a lot of things I'm not demoing currently, but that are possible. You'll notice our gear has taken some damage. Our leather jacket's down to 91% condition, so it would be good for us to repair that. If I bring up the detail screen, these are the things that can repair it. The number that's shown is the minimum condition that it can be for this to be applicable. So we're at 93 right now. All of these are below 90, so they can all work on that item. But if the condition dropped to 30, for example, none of these could be used. I could not repair it with normal repair kits, period. All of these, that requires at least 65 condition in order for it to work, 85, 75, etc. That's why when you're stripping gear, weapons, and armor, you're looking for certain numbers, 60 being kind of the benchmark. Anything below that can cause difficulty with finding items that can actually repair it. And then there's upgrade stuff. So we could upgrade the ballistic resistance, the chemical resistance, increase the amount of weight that can be carried, things like that. So a lot of cool stuff. But yeah, I got to watch that. So we're already down 9% condition on our jacket. We've dropped 5% on our pistol, etc. We also have skills. K key brings up the skill screen, so as you do certain activities, you gain skill points until it hits 100%, at which point you get a reward. So strength, for example, once we hit 100%, we'll get level 1, and it's going to increase our carry weight bonus and our melee damage modifier. We've been mostly leveling up endurance while running around with a light pack, lightweight. We're increasing our stamina usage modifier. So, you know, good stuff. That's it for really the character skill stuff. Other than that, it's all equipment based. All right, I think we're going to stop right here. This is a good spot. So 1 hour and 31 minutes. I'm happy with that. So hey, there you go. Stalker Anomaly with the Gamma mod pack. I just dove right into the whole thing. I never played Stalker or Stalker Anomaly previously. I just dived in with the Gamma mod pack, so I can't compare it to anything else. I'm having an awesome time with it. I can tell you I've played about 80 hours in the last week. So I'm playing it heavily in between Cataclysm and some other stuff I've got going on. I plan to continue doing so. I'm nowhere near, functional. I'm still getting better at it, but I am playing on the hardest difficulty options and the easiest of the Iron Man mode settings in my Twitch streams. So depending on your guys' reaction, if you want to see more of Stalker Anomaly Gamma mod pack here on YouTube, make sure, you do the obvious things. Hit the like button. Drop me some comments encouraging further Stalker Anomaly play. Subscribe. Become a member. That's important. Do that stuff. And, just let me know. Let me know your opinions. I'm looking forward to playing it more, and I'm going to play it more. But how much of it I do over here on YouTube is up to you guys. So I look forward to hearing your reactions and your comments. That's it. Have a great day. Stay safe out there.